Hey, welcome. I have something interesting to share with you today. Welcome to the Stipe Lab. This is the place where all our innovations come from. Today we're going to talk about improvements we can do for motion capture suits. If you're new to Stipe, we are an industry veteran in the virtual production, and we have been pushing the industry forward over the last decade. Our expertise is camera tracking, talent and object tracking, rendering, and keying. Today we're going to focus on motion capture suits. Over the course of the last 10 years, we have worked on numerous projects involving motion capture suits. Perhaps the most well-known project we were involved with was the Alter Ego, which was super successful and popular on social media. It caused a huge buzz. And now more and more people want to work on similar projects. Some of the projects that we worked on use the accent suits, which are very, very popular and very commonly used. Our clients and ourselves also witnessed it when we were on sets, that the accent suit has one limitation. Although it's a very, very capable system, in some situations it can be a little bit frustrating. I want to show exactly what I mean, why it happens, and how you can solve it with some Stipe technology. Now a couple of words about the studio. So here on this side you can see the monitor showing the clean feed from the camera, so you can see I'm in a green screen environment. And on this side you can see the TV, which is showing the output from the accent system itself. So this is the raw data that we're getting, and later we are using it to get the final image. Now the last thing that I'm missing for this analysis is the actual accent suit, and I'm gonna need the help from my colleague. Welcome, Taya. Thanks for joining me. As you noticed, Taya is moving freely. She's being playful, and her motions are obviously being picked up by the accent suit, which she's wearing. On this monitor behind, as I said, you can see how it looks to the accent system. And everything looks pretty convincing so far. The problem appears if there is some sliding, like she's now on a chair, and if I slide her, and if you pay attention to the monitor there, what the accent system sees, you can see that she's not actually moving positionally. If she moves her limbs, it will be picked up correctly, but the positional data is not going to get picked up because it's simply the way the accent suit works. However, you have noticed that in our studio here, she was moving still. So how did we achieve this? Well, we employed our follower system. The follower is object tracking, people tracking, and camera tracking system. It's a universal tracking system for pretty much all of your needs. In this case, we have attached one of the tracking beacons to Taya's chest, and then this way we can pin the position of her suit to the actual position of the LED beacon in the studio. So then there is no room for drifting. Everything stays glued together. And this beacon can be placed anywhere, which is practical. And then we simply add the offset, and everything lines up very, very nicely. So I mentioned that the follower is an all-around tracking system. Like I said, it can track people, objects, and cameras. And just last month at the NAB show in Las Vegas, we launched the version 2.0, Follower 2.0, which has more than doubled the resolution of the cameras. So the precision is increased, the frame rate is doubled, and the system now supports daisy chaining of the cameras, so much less cables that you need. And the whole setup process has been very simplified, streamlined, and it's now a straightforward procedure of roughly 20 minutes. So Taya is being tracked, and I mentioned that the system supports camera tracking. So this camera over here is tracked with the same system, so it's just one system doing everything. And the way we track the camera is we simply add multiple beacons on top. This camera currently has 8 beacons. We call this the spider module because it has spikes looking like a spider. And then everything that the camera does, even if it's in a handheld mode or on a crane like this, we can detect it very, very precisely. To get the super high performance of the camera tracking, obviously you need also zoom and focus data, lens distortion data. We are getting all of that and applying it to the final output. The lens calibration can be done with our lens calibration tool, which you can use on your own. And all of this data, all of these different elements that I mentioned come together here in the Stipe rendering engine, which is our plugin for Unreal. It supports camera tracking, object people tracking, supports external technology like the accent suit, and it features really crazy level of keying. So everything here is keyed with our green killer. If you're curious about the keying, you can see the other video on our channel. We are also very proud of our keyer. So we have a lot of very, very competent, powerful technology that we would like to share with you, especially if you have really nice, interesting, creative ideas or even if they are simple, we'll be very happy to work with you if you give us the trust to do so. If you choose us as your partner, you can count on our support. Whatever obstacles come in your way, you need some advice, guidance, we'll be more than happy to share our experience and make sure you reach your finish line and that your client or your audience is very happy and entertained. This is what we do and this is what we are good at. So feel free to message us. Have a nice day and see you in the next video. Cheers.